I've been in Spokane for 39 years from New Jersey. I've never been involved in politics before, but this is getting really scary. Okay, so the things that frighten me is the way this insane president talks about Canada as a 51st state. Yeah. Taking Panama by force and buying Greenland. How does this person qualify as sane? Why is he not being impeached right now?
So, in short, I don't support us absorbing Canada. Canada, that would be like taking. Canada's been a good neighbor. Canada is much more liberal and left wing than the United States. If we took Canada, taking Canada would be like taking another California. It would tilt things towards the Democrats. Yeah. If we took Canada, the Republicans would never have control again, so we don't want that to happen. On the other two, if we could get Greenland peacefully, I'm all for it, and we should have never given up Panama.
This is a question that comes from Barbara and can serve as our concluding question for the night regarding checks and balances between the different branches of government. Given the trajectory of the administration, the continued agreement of the Republican Party, is there a line in the sand for you? That is to say, is there any point at which you might stand up and tell them no? What is, in the interest of your people in Eastern Washington, what is your line in the sand?
Well, in general, I swore an oath to the Constitution. It's very serious to me. I swore an oath to the Constitution before I went to Iraq. I swore an oath to the Constitution becoming a member of Congress. I would say that I understand this room is different than the rest of Eastern Washington, but you guys, you are. So I think, and I'm not saying you're being, I'm not saying you're being disingenuous in your heart of hearts, but you have a perception that America is spiraling to some kind of a constitutional crisis. Yeah. And by and large, while I would have some disagreements with President Trump on some things like tariffs and some other issues, by and large, what people of America see, what people of Eastern Washington see, is President Trump delivering on his promises. And so,
well, numerous town halls are scheduled to take place across the country, and if recent town halls are any indication, tempers will be running high. Here's Republican Congressman Michael Baumgartner's town hall in Spokane, Washington last night. Watch this.
You have a perception that America is spiraling to some kind of a constitutional crisis. Yeah. By and large, what people of America see, what people of Eastern Washington see, is President Trump delivering on his promises. And so,
and Democrats are also feeling the heat from voters. Here's what one frustrated Medicaid recipient told Senators Mark Kelly and Ruben Gallego at a town hall in Scottsdale.
We're trying to shield ourselves before we're wounded and we don't know how. Would you mind telling your colleagues in Washington that when they're burning down this house, there's people still inside? My kid is inside.
A lot of emotion and passions there. We're joined now by CNN Chief Congressional Correspondent Manu Raju. You know, Manu, typically during recess, as members of Congress are in right now, they hold these town halls, but you don't typically see this kind of fiery reaction.
Yeah, you really don't. In fact, this reminds me a lot about 2010 during the old Tea Party wave, and as the Obamacare was being pushed through Congress, we saw Democratic members at the time really getting a lot of backlash from voters. This time you're seeing Republicans also in a lot of the cuts, spending cuts that have been happening, the DOGE effort and the like, a lot of anxiety among voters. Republican leaders have counseled their members not to have town halls because they're concerned about these viral moments distracting from their message. They contend that some of this is manufactured, but it's clearly some real constituent concern as well. There is also concern also on the Democratic side of the aisle, as you saw there from those Democratic senators from Arizona feeling some heat because members are not happy with their own party. We saw that from CNN polling this week about how they are held in such low regard among Democratic voters. And of course, this comes as amid this leadership battle that is facing Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, his decision to allow the government to be funded by this Republican spending bill, not block this, battling with the House Democrats as well. Earlier today, when he was asked about whether he would step aside, he made clear that he was going to stay as Democratic leader, said he was the best person for that position. What will be interesting today is Hakeem Jeffries, the House Democratic leader, is having his own press conference today. The last time he had a press conference on Friday, he was asked, does he have confidence in Chuck Schumer? He said, next question. What will he say today when he is asked about this very same question? We'll see what he has to say there, because Democrats are trying to get on the same page after this really messy internal battle.
They certainly are. And the two leaders met on Sunday after that press conference. So we'll see if he changes his tune after meeting with Schumer. Thank you so much, Mani Raju. Wolf?
And it's interesting that Manu still can join us here in the Situation Room because the House and Senate are in recess.
Yes, we love having you here.
Otherwise, you'd be chasing those guys through the halls of
That's
Congress.
Very nice
true.
to sit down every once in a while, Wolf.
Good to have you in the Situation Room.